AI and RG, the state of the industry. Having been successfully implemented across industries such as fraud analysis and customer risk scoring, outsourced decision-making continues to augment our daily lives. The AI arms race is on. David Sachs, Tomobox.
Good afternoon. Hi, everyone. Great meeting here. And I'm going to talk today about a new compliance regime, one that is based on data and technology, and it's knocking on our doors. But let me start with a sad story. A few months ago, Kimberly just bet 36,000 pounds, her life savings and her family, and lost it all. Then she killed herself. And that's on us, regulators, vendors, operators, because we couldn't save her. On a different tone, but nonetheless serious, a big operator was recently fined by the UKGC to the tune of 300,000 British pounds because they failed to identify a player which in 14 days deposited 200,000 pounds and lost 140,000. And that's on us too, because we want to make the game safer. So what's the link between RG, responsible gaming, or safe betting, and money laundering? Is there a link? Anybody think there's a link between RG and ML? Show me some hands. Well, I tend to agree. Most people would think there is no link between responsible gaming and money laundering, except if you talk to my data team. And let me share a story with you. A year ago, we won the SiGMA Pitch 2018. And we were all about looking at our models for player churn, right here in the middle. There's plenty of that, if you have good machine learning models. And my partner came to me and said, you know, there's something that just doesn't add up. It just doesn't add up. So I asked what it is. And he said, we're seeing some stuff on the edges of the model. And when we looked at it, there were some red flags, or what you could call suspicious activity, of responsible gaming and AML. And that's where it meets. AML meets RG in your operator data, if you know how to find it. And AML is very tricky to identify because it's really minuscule. Only less than 2% of your activities are suspicious. The rest are fine, and we have players playing legally and enjoying themselves. And to top that, 97% of money laundering incidents are not pursued because some of the folks are just ill-equipped. Could be the FIU, could be regulated, could be the operator. But do operators care about money laundering? Of course they care, because they want to protect their own license. And because operators have become like financial institutions, they've put some effort on that. In fact, I've been speaking to about 50 operators in the last year, and they have built data teams. But guess what? Where is that effort going? It's going to the traditional player acquisition, marketing, and VIP. There's not a lot of effort going on AML. No, I'm not talking about the PR side. That's a lot of effort. I'm talking about operational. So please allow me to share the timelines that I see, because there's another group that has just identified the meaning of data, and that's regulators. And when the regulator identifies tech and data as a mean to push forward compliance, that's when you should be ready. So today, if you look at that timeline, we're like doing some sampling. But 6 months from now, they might be using tools to go through all your data as an operator. 12 months from now, they'll be using artificial intelligence models to sift through any corner of your database. And that's very powerful. That means they'll be flagging much more. And as an operator, you want to be prepared. You want to move some of those teams from acquisition to machine learning. And 24 months from now, because remember, RG and AML meets on your data, they'll be doing RG, because they too will find those edges that we're seeing right now. What does that mean? That means that we are coming into a new era of regulation, one that is tech-driven. And that means that if they want, regulators could impose a threshold so that no more than 1% of your transaction should be suspicious. That means that you have to resolve those issues much quicker, 70% or 80%. You can no longer hold an ML or RG incident for 3 months on the queue. And it also means that imposing regulation, enforcing regulation, would be consistent across all platforms, slots, live dealer, what have you. And if you walk the floor, you'll find a few vendors that are already making some inroads and producing tools that are easy to use. And you might want to look at them because they're really showing you in real time what kind of incidents are happening inside your data based on gaming mechanics, based on your chats, and based on your customer support, which is very powerful. So just to summarize, because our time is short today, a new tech regime is coming, and as an operator, you better be prepared. Safer betting is mandatory not because only we want to save people from themselves, but we want to save ourselves from illicit players and illicit people. And this is all going to be very great for our industry. So thank you again. My name is David Sachs, and we are Tomobox. Thank you.